Hey everyone, and welcome back. Today we are actually going to be taking a dive into a very early playtest of low budget repairs. This game is a very laid back kind of house flipperish vibe game where you go in and make repairs to apartment complexes, but the quirkiness of it comes from being able to decide whether or not you're going to do a nice job or you're going to cut as many corners as you can. Now, it is still under construction, so there's a lot of jankiness, which is what I'll be talking about today, is kind of giving my overall reaction to it. If you want to check out my full playthrough, I will have it linked on the channel, but let's dive in. All right. So right out of the gate, as I mentioned in my introduction here, this is very house flipper-like. Now, that being said, it does have some unique quirks to it that makes this a unique game in the genre. First, of course, you could do a really bad job. It doesn't matter if you're perfect, and the game actually kind of encourages you. Now, of course, that doesn't mean you have to be a shady landlord. If you want to be good at your job, you're more than welcome to put the time and effort in to fix up the apartment like it should be done. But again, the purpose of this is to get that paycheck without doing the full amount of work. Now, it's not reinventing the genre, it is another house flipper game, but it's something chill you could play on a Friday afternoon or while you're just hanging out wanting to pass a little bit of time. You don't have to spend hours into it. And that's really what drew me to something like this. It's less hectic than what I'm used to playing and gives me a nice chill Friday afternoon. Now, the negative. It is playtest, so don't focus on everything I'm saying here as this is what it's gonna be like whenever it releases. It's still early in the game's development, but there was quite a bit of jankiness. There are some issues that really pushed me out of the game. After about 45 minutes to an hour of playing it, I just had to put it down and stop because I was getting frustrated. The biggest one, and the one that's probably going to drive everybody else kind of bonkers on this as well, is the frame rate drop. It needs to be optimized. There is a lot of jankiness, even on a higher end computer. If you turn too quickly or you go to do specific tasks where you have to get close to an object, it causes the frame rate to drop pretty substantially. The other big call out was the loading screens. I like the concept of moving from one place to another, going from the apartment to the car, to the store, back to the car, back to the apartment. Each one of those little sections had a load screen. And they're not quick load screens either. And hopefully that does get optimized. While I understand you have to load assets and things like that, I shouldn't be sitting there staring at a screen for a couple of minutes waiting for it to load through. Especially if I'm going for 3 steps before I go into another load screen. So if they could streamline that, that would help with the overall big problems. Now, of course, that is the optimization and the performance. There was some other jankiness that came through doing the tasks and things like that, where I give it some quirky fun, but it doesn't necessarily break the game. First of which, in my opinion, is the lack of a tutorial. There is a lot of things that you're supposed to be doing, and it does give you little signs on the wall that gives you the instructions like, oh, how do you roll out a rug, or how do you hang up a picture? And it gives you 1 to 5 steps on how to do that, which is great, but some of the steps were vague. It says, pick up the object, go to the wall, press F to enter mounting mode, and then screw it in. But it doesn't work for everything. It only works on certain objects, and it doesn't really give you a clear indication of what you have to mount and what you have to drill, screw into the wall, and hang up. I get pictures, you hang those on the wall, you're not really mounting those. Whereas a shelf, you're gonna screw that in the wall and mount it. Now, if I was to do this, or if they were to take some feedback, I would say create a tutorial apartment that's gonna give you the basics and have highlighted areas, kind of like they do in house flippers, where you have to build something or screw it in. It highlights it with a little blue glow, so you know this is what I have to click, this is what I have to do. Even if it's just a tutorial mission to break you into the role, so that way you know, oh, hey, my first time playing, I know what I'm supposed to do, so I don't have to sit there and get frustrated and spend 15 minutes trying to mount a shelf to the wall. The only other suggestion I have that, again, not game breaking, but it's kind of frustrating, is the store shopping. I love the idea. I love you have to go in, you actually have to pick up the different things that you want, but a little bit more instructions there, where like I ended up buying plaster, but I forgot to get water, which was on me. I was looking at it and then I completely forgot. But the reason I forgot it is because you can only carry one item at a time to the cash register, unless I didn't figure out how to do multiple items and it's in there somewhere. If it is, then disregard this. But from what I saw, you can only carry one item at a time. So I was having to go walk to the back of the shelves, find what I want, carry it to the cash register, buy it. That puts it in my inventory. Walk back, grab the next thing, and I just spaced on getting the water for the plaster, so I didn't get to do that part of the job assignments. And that's really my biggest feedback for this. If they want to make it more user-friendly and playable, start me with a tutorial mission. I know this is playtest, so again, everything I said here could absolutely be fixed by the time you're watching this. But if not, and you are trying to jump onto the playtest and it's available, give it a try. All right, there we have it, everyone. So that was low budget repairs. If you are a fan of simulated chaos and just building, repairing, patching up, I think this is a great gem to add to your collection. Now, obviously, early playtest, there's a lot that could change in the future, but if it keeps up with the style, I really think this could be a nice little hidden gem in the genre. Overall, I would say it's about a 3.5 as is. Of course, with proper optimization and management of all of the different things I've talked about earlier, I could really see this being pushed up to like the 4-star rating. What do you think? Let me know.